Good morning. It's a Thursday morning, and the announcements include next week I'll be skiing again out in Colorado, so there won't be classes that catch the recordings. Remember too that there's a YouTube channel now where all of them are saved, so that when you go to the Facebook page and you see that after 30 days they disappear, remember that on the Facebook or on the YouTube channel, they're there forever. So there's over 100 classes over there now. And so that's a great place to go. What else? For those who didn't catch Tuesday's class, that class was a no hands class, meaning we didn't do any chaturanga. If you need that class, go check it out. And I think that's all the announcements. So let's go ahead and get started. Get yourself in a comfortable seated position. And as usual, we'll take the time to come into this moment, the sense of arriving to our mats, to our practice. We all have lots going on, the busyness of the world. Set that all aside for now, for this time on our mat. Begin to notice the sounds around you. Any physical sensations. Internal sensations. Always knowing the breath is there to ground us, to help us stay in this present moment. I'll start with our poem, having faith that wherever I open it, it's the perfect poem for the day. Again, this is out of What's True Here by Dana Falls, and this poem is called No Power on Earth. What a process this life is. Something is always birthing, learning, attuning, blooming, awakening, taking its own sweet time. Remembering, forgetting, accepting, resisting, tasting, grasping, seeing, grieving, and letting go. That's a long list, I know, but it doesn't even begin to describe what goes on in a fully lived life. When the flower begins to open, no power on earth can stuff its petals back inside the bud. That last sentence, when the flower begins to open, no power on earth can stuff its petals back inside the bud. Accepting the forces of nature. The reality is that we don't have control of birth and death and the opening of buds. Let's sit here in silence for a few more breaths before we begin our practice. Let's begin our practice with those 3 breaths. We inhale, intention, and exhale, letting go. Inhaling desire. Exhale, letting go. Inhale this present moment. Exhaling the past. And with that next breath, we open our eyes and reach our arms to the sky as we stretch up through our fingertips. Oh, long and strong, and exhale, hands come down. Inhale up again. And exhale down. Inhale, hands straight out. And now let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders. And then with our elbows let's make circles with our elbows. You pick which direction you start with. One direction. And then let's switch directions. Giving some love and attention to our shoulders. And meet me with elbows straight out. And then reach the hands out. And then let's bring the right hand across the body. And we're gonna bring the left hand straight up and hook it and kind of give it a stretch across the body. So we're stretching out the back of the arm. Whatever feels right there for you. And then switch. Left arm straight across, palm faces back. Other hand pulls it in so you can feel that passive stretch. Excellent. Now let's reach those hands behind us, opening the heart, just waking up. Eyes can gaze up, lifting through the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. And coming back up to tall spine. Now we're gonna bring right over left, stacking the elbows, reaching those fingertips around for the shoulder blades, and then dropping the chin, no opening between the shoulder blades. Open again, and then left over right, just to even it out. Walk those fingers back as far as they go. Drop, chin, squeeze, open those shoulder blades. Fantastic. Come back to that long, tall spine. And then let's roll over our knees. Knees under hips. Wrists under. Elbows under shoulders. Let's do some simple cats and cows. To wake up again between the shoulder blades. Feeling the chest reach forward as we drop our bellies, and then rounding the back, looking back, really pushing into the palms to feel that opening in the shoulders. So really, you can close your eyes and deeply feel in to the upper back. And then just to play with this, change your attention to the tailbone. Pointing the tailbone up, and then pointing the tailbone down. Noticing what happens when we change our focus. Same moves, different ways to do them. Now we're going to reach tailbone all the way back, sit the tailbone on the heels, walk the fingertips forward and drop the forehead for child's pose.
Noticing bodily sensations. Big toes touch.
And then shifting through all fours, but keep going as we drop our hips and lift our toes. And now we're going to shift back and forth, child's pose, to a variation on up dog or cobra, swan. Modify it as you need. Find your normal breath. And then meet me back at child's pose.
From child's pose, walk that left hand out and then slide the right hand under that space, the right palm up to the left. So a variation of thread the needle, but in child's pose.
We did that kind of sitting. Now switch sides.
Notice this is that same shoulder opener, but using the earth to do the stretch.
Excellent. Come on back up. Come to all fours. And then walk the hands slightly out and drop the chest. Tailbone stays over knees. And chest reaches for the floor for a puppy dog pose. One more breath here. Then walk the hands back, tuck the toes, and come up and sit on your heels. Now this should be a big stretch of the bottom of the feet and the toes. Breathe into it. Helping our feet be healthy. Stretching out those toes. Now I want you to bring your hands to your heart to prayer. And then just shift back. And you may be wobbly. And then find your balance. Thighs are parallel with the earth. And we still are on the balls of our feet. From here, place your hands down on either side of those feet. Reach the heels back and slowly reach the tailbone up, wagging the tail as you go into forward fold at the back of your mat. So wiggle the tail up and down, side to side. And then we're going to walk our hands out all the way to plank. Once you find plank, shift slightly forward so our shoulders stay over our hands, balancing on the balls of those feet. You can always put your knees down. Feel the strength of that plank, of that core of the body. And then let's put knees down if you haven't already. Chest and chin, tailbone up again, and then drop the hips and come into our first cobra. Roll it down. Shift the hands out to the corners of the mat and roll up again. Opening the heart. Roll it down. Shift the hands back by the ribs.
tuck the toes and push back up and find yourself in your first downward dog. Pedal out your feet. Bend and stretch. Bend the knees, yawn the knees back. Reach one heel down, then the other, and then both. Lift the toes. Just do all the things to really settle into your downward dog. From here, we're going to lift that right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Hips are level, toes point down. And then from this downward dog, let's just kick that right foot straight out to the side. Push firmly into your hands, stretch it out, and then reach back up to three-legged dog. And then look up between your thumbs and bring your foot to the top of your mat. Drop that left knee, release the top of the left foot, and come on up, hands up. From here, drop the hands. And let's reach the right hand up for our first twist. Eyes can look forward or up. From here, using the strength of the core, come on up. Right hand back, left hand forward, water wheel. And then drop the right hand and bring the left hand up. Or keep them out. You decide. Back to water wheel, hands straight out. Cartwheel the hands on either side of that right foot. Tuck the left toes. Reach that leg up. Step back, and here's our first chaturanga. Shift forward, lower down, hover, and then inhale, cobra or up dog, and back to down dog. Sense that deep ah. Enjoying stretching, opening, being that flower blooming, the bud opening. Reach that left foot to the sky. Three-legged dog. And then reach that left foot straight out to the side at a right angle. And back to three-legged dog. Look up between the thumbs and bring that left foot up. Place the right knee down, right top of the foot. And come on up to low lunge on this side. From here, bring both hands down. Firmly press the right hand down and reach the left up for the twist. Pulling the thigh to the belly. From here, come on up for water wheel. Arms stretched out front to back. And then if you want to go further, left hand drops to right thigh. Right hand reaches up and over. Back to water wheel. Cartwheel the hands to either side of the foot.
those toes, lift the back right thigh, step back, find yourself in plank, feel your own strength, shift forward, hover, and come to up dog or cobra, and back to down dog again. Reach that right foot to the sky. Right knee toward the chest and hold. Feeling our own strength here. We're gonna just lower that shin and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. One more time. Lower, lift. Kick it back to three-legged dog. And then bring that right foot top of the mat. This time, we'll come up to high lunge. Hands up, hips down. Now let's bring our hands behind our back and open our hearts. Lifting that heart up. And then using that left knee, bend and straighten, as a springboard. Kick on up into warrior three. Hands are bound, knuckles are reaching to the sky. Celebrate the edges, the wobbles. And as you release the hands, bring that left knee through and reach the hands up to the sky. We're still balancing on the right leg, and then kick that left leg out. And then swing it back. This time hands follow the leg as they reach back, chest forward. And then drop the hands and reach that left toe to the sky. Walk the hands back. Keep reaching that foot up. And then step back. And you'll find yourself in that low lunge. Step back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot to the sky. Left knee to the chest. And then the shin hover and lift. 3 to 5 times. Up and down. And then kick back to three-legged dog. And then bring that foot to the top of the mat, meeting me in my lunge. Hands up. Drop the hands behind the back. This time we'll try a different bind. If you want, reverse prayer. Once you get your hands situated, you can also grab elbows. Again, we're gonna bend and straighten that knee. That's the bounce we're looking for to launch us into warrior three on this side. Bound hands in reverse prayer, our elbows. And then bringing that knee through and up. You can keep your hands in reverse prayer if you want, or lift them over your head. Swing it back through. Release the bind and reach the fingertips back. And then bring them down. Needle on this side or standing splits
Walk the hands back toward the foot. Keep reaching up with that right toe. Drop the crown of the head. And then step back. Hips drop. Finding yourself in that lunge. Step back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Well done. Using this down dog as a resting pose. Some deep sighs. That next inhale, look up between your thumbs. And then we're going to walk, step, or jump to that spot. Forward fold now at the top of your mat. Let's grab those big toes with the peace fingers, elbows point out, and give yourself a little tug into a deeper forward fold. Release the hands. Lift the heart, coming in flat back, back to forward fold, and reverse one dive. Come all the way up, fingertips touch, and then let's find a little back bend. Hips move forward, eyes gaze up, argument back, and then come upright, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and set an intention here. Excellent. Inhale, both hands up. This time hips reach back and hands are going to reach straight out in front of us, palms down. Different variation. And then in this pose, see how far you can reach those hips back and lower. Can you get all the way so your thighs are parallel with the floor and arms are parallel with the floor? And then hold. Pushing into those feet, come all the way up. Hands straight up. And then back to forward fold. Prayer through the center. Inhale halfway. Hands to the mat. Walk, step, or jump back. Chaturanga. Lower down. Up dog. And we'll come to a child's pose here again. Pausing here at the halfway of our practice. Come on back up to all fours. Undulate the spine. Circle the hips, wiggle the belly, drop the head, engage the neck, slinky spine. From here, tuck the toes and come back to downward dog. Really noticing the chest reaching for the thighs, pushing into your hands. Hands like starfish, fingertips spread. Right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay right here. Or you can bend the left elbow and come to forearms. I'm just doing something a little different. You can one forearm or both. Then come back up. And then swing that knee to the chest. And then let's kick it all the way up. Fallen triangle, left hand up, hips up. Come back,
to three-legged dog, and then bring that right foot to the top of the mat. This time we're going to turn that left heel down and reach left hand up and right hand and meet me in warrior two. Palms face down, arms spread wide, sink the hips. From here, let's go ahead and drop the right hand in front of the right foot and reach the left hand up. So we're coming into a side angle, stack the hips. We do this one different ways. And then I'm gonna see, for those who wanna go here, drop the left hand, bring the right hand through, clasp the hands for bound side angle. And those who wanna go further, step that left foot up, balancing on the left foot. We come all the way up, and then you can work on straightening the right foot. I'll show it here again, in case you're like, what the heck is she doing? Balancing, and then straightening. Then stepping back down, stepping the left foot back, unbind so you find yourself in a side angle, and come on back to warrior two, and then straighten that right leg. That was a lot, no matter which variation you picked, whether you held side angle that whole time or bound, it's all good. From here, we're going to go ahead and reach ribs forward and find ourselves in triangle. See where your eyes want to land, whether that's looking down, straight out, or up. Check in with your neck, tucking that right hip, rolling left shoulder and hip back. Now from here, if your eyes aren't looking down, look down in front of that right foot and then step your hand to the mat and come into half moon. So left foot's reaching up or back, left hand is reaching up. Now from half moon, we're gonna go drop the left hand now. Both hands are touching the mat, standing L. Are you with me? Now, leave the left hand on the mat and reach the right hand up for twisted half moon. Step back and bring both hands up. Oh my. Hips point to the top of the mat. Both hands up. And then reach hands forward, flat back, and then over this right leg. Nicely done. Lift the heart again. Place the hands, bend a little into that knee. Step the right foot back and find yourself in a downward dog. Rock the hips, wiggle. Do whatever you need to. Then we're gonna reach left foot to the sky. Bend the left knee for three-legged dog on this side. Again, you can drop to the right forearm or both. Maybe you want to put a wild thing in here. Try new things. And then meet me back in three-legged dog. Bring that knee to the chest. And then kick the left foot out for a fallen triangle on this side. Show your belly button. Keep lifting those hips. Then right hand back down. Left foot back up. And then bring that left foot to the top of the mat, turn your right heel down. Come to warrior two on this side. Feel the strength of your warrior two. Drop that left hand in front of the foot this time. Right hand up or over for side angle. You can always put the elbow on the knee. Lots of variations. If you want to bind it, you're going to bring that left hand around, grab the right, and then lift the heart. So this pose alone is super challenging. If you wanted to play with bringing the right foot up, balancing on the right foot, lifting. Find a focal point, then point that left foot, and back down, step the right foot back. Meet me back in that down side angle. Release the hands. Come on, back up to warrior two. I'm kind of forgetting what I did. And coming to triangle. I'm not sure if I did that exactly in the same way, but here we are at triangle. This is where I wanted to be. Again, find where your neck wants to be. Could be different on both sides. Feel those legs long and strong. Then eyes gaze down. Bring the hands down. And then placing the right hand down, bring the left hand up for twisted triangle. No, we did not do twisted triangle. Drop that left hand. I know where we went. We went to half moon here. Some of you already know that. Reach that right foot up and come into half moon. Yep. Then, from half moon, maybe you have a block under your left hand. You're going to drop the right hand and we came to standing L, both hands on the mat. Right leg is straight back. Then we leave our right hand there and we came into twisted half moon. That's what we did. And then step back, come up. Oh yes, that's what we did. Both hands up. And then we came into pyramid. Chest over left leg. Oh my gosh. Not giving you great directions for transitions. That's okay. Hands around either side of that left foot. And then from here, we're going to step back and find yourself back to downward dog. Big sigh. Blah, 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 blah. Let's drop the knees, finding yourself in all fours. Do a cat and cow here. And then we're going to come up to kneeling position. And I'll offer you camel, or variation, opening the heart. Elbows reach back, hands in back pocket. Or reach for your heels and keep pushing your hips forward as you look up, or even all the way back. Come on, back up. Hands down, hips back, and come to child pose.
Rock your head side to side.
And come on back up to kneeling. Let's cross our ankles and sit back, coming into a seated position. And turn this way. Stretch out your legs. And we'll go and do a basic forward fold because it feels so good. You can bend your knees a little and bring your chest to your thighs if you want. And then drop your head as your heels slide forward. So many variations of forward fold. Do the one where you feel the stretch in your body. Not painful, just that nice finding the edges. Sink a little deeper. And if you can bring your forehead to your shins, even if you have to bend your knees. And then let's roll up. Now, I had an idea about sliding our heels back toward our body. Grab the outsides of the feet and balance here on your tailbone. And then open this way, kicking the feet up. So you can come here or all the way up. Belly to thighs. Maybe the legs straighten, maybe they don't. Keep reaching up with the chin and the nose. Roll the shoulders down and back. And then set it down and give yourself a hug. Drop the head forward. Lift the crown of your head. Straighten out your legs. Place your hands behind your back. I'm going to do a reverse plank. If that's too much, you can do reverse table. Point your toes, and your goal is to touch all 10 toes down. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. As you reach your hips up. So my arches want to go into spasm. Keep reaching with those 10 toes. Lifting with the hips and belly, and then set it down. Whew. Wiggle your feet. It's a great stretch. Deciding what other ones we're going to do. Let's do this. Let's do some rocking and rolling. Let's work our way into this. Go ahead and grab the back of your legs and roll on back to our backs. First, just do our rocking side to side and massaging of the back. And we're gonna play with plow. So stretch out your legs, hands by your sides, and then you're reaching your feet up, 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 up. And then if you do plow and shoulder stand, keep going, because you're going to bring your feet over and touch them down. And then see if one vertebrae at a time you can slowly roll out of that. And touch them down. And then bring them up and over again. Plow. And then that's super slow. Now, I'll show you where I'm trying to go. I don't even know if I can do this, but we're gonna play with it. The back to plow, and then if you can, grab your feet, the outsides of your feet, and as you roll up, oh, I can't. My goal is to get us back to here, to that butt balancing pose, and then roll back to plow, and back. But I think I found my edge of challenge. You can also do that rolling back and forth. So if you want to do playing with this, go ahead. Just come back here and then do the wide angle plow where you grab your big toes. And then same thing, you slowly roll up and come into that wide angle. Okay, so for some reason, that was a little easier. Oh my gosh. It takes a ton of core strength. Turns out maybe that is what I'm lacking. So anyway, you can play with those. I obviously need to play more with them and practice. That being said, since I brought up core strength, let's go ahead and do a little curl inward, bring your knees toward your chest, and then feet out and hands out. Hover and pull it in. Hover, stick, pose, hover, and then pull it in. You alternate at your rate. Building a little core strength. The next one after that one would be to come up here. So this is where we're grabbing our knees, bouncing on our butt. You might glance at the screen. And then come down and back up. So if you want to keep working on the core strength, find some poses to alternate. And you'll know when you're like, and that's enough. And when that's enough, meet me on your back. Well done. Go ahead and place your feet on the mat, knees up, just to get the counter pose to all that core work. We're going to do it. You could do wheel if you want, or you could do bridge, lifting your hips, walking those shoulder blades under, clasping the hands. And let's hold here, stretching out the front body as we use the muscles of the back and the bottom to hold us up. You can lower back down. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to do here. Actually, I think that's going to be enough. Let's go ahead and bring our knees up. Let's definitely do a twist. The twist we're going to choose is extending the right leg, bringing right hand to left knee, bringing that one across the body and stretching out the left arm. Looking at the left arm and then closing the eyes. Let's really take the time to enjoy these last stretches as we begin to wind down our practice. Slowly untwist, bring the right knee up to meet the left, stretch out the left leg, Left hand to right knee. Right hand reaches out. Bring the right knee across the body. Eyes gaze at this right hand and then close. Wringing out the core. Letting everything go on every exhale. Another reminder. Let it go. Slowly untwist. Bring both knees up to the chest. Find a happy baby variation. Grabbing the outsides of the feet, whether you go through the middle and then grab the outsides or grab the outsides right away. If you reach through the middle of your legs and then wrap around, you can actually use your elbows a little bit to pull down. You can also pull down here by just using your fingertips to get that nice stretch. And I like to kick out both heels, that V that we played with a little in V plow, and then the balancing pose. And bend the knees again, rock back and forth. Massaging that whole back by shifting position of your legs and the wiggle. You can really feel the stretch. Now let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees out, and then release the hands and set those feet down and stay here in this diamond shape with your legs, cobbler pose, hands on hip bones. Elbows out, so you have a double diamond. Coming back to that awareness of breath. Feeling your breath under your thumbs and fingertips. Noticing you can feel the breath all the way in your hips. Whole body breathing. A few more breaths here before we go into our full Shavasana. And bring the knees together, reach the right foot out, the left foot out to the corners of your mat. Palms up, arms stretched wide. Here we are in Shavasana. Resting on the earth. Every exhale, a little more of our body touches this earth, this mat, this floor. Noticing the surface underneath you, meeting and cradling your body. Supporting you. I'm going to read our poem again, and then we'll rest. No power on earth. What a process this life is. Something is always birthing, learning, attuning, blooming, awakening, taking its own sweet time, remembering, forgetting, accepting, resisting, tasting, grasping, seeing, grieving, and letting go. That's a long list, I know, but it doesn't even begin to describe what goes on in a fully lived life. When the flower begins to open, no power on earth can stuff its petal back inside the bud. I'll mind the time as you take this time to deeply and fully relax. From this place of deep relaxation, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly so we begin to feel the rise and fall of the breath. Knowing it's always an option to stack both hands on the heart, the belly, the hips, or none of it. Whatever feels right to you. Everything I say is always a suggestion. And then stretching the hands over the head, back to that stick pose. Stretch out through your fingers and your toes, give them a little bit of a wiggle. Roll to your right side, bringing your head to your upper arm, bring your knees toward your chest in a fetal-like position as we pause here on our right side, bringing to mind gratitude. Maybe bringing back that intention you set. Those desires you pulled in on your in-breaths at the beginning of practice. And letting all the rest go. Come back to the seated position. This time we bring our hands to our heart. We'll end with those 3 breaths together. This time I invite you to make sound on the exhale. It can be an ooh, an oh, a sigh, or a full om, the universal sound. We inhale and we exhale. Again, we inhale. they say the Om in yoga practice and the Amen. They're connected, they're related. Our last breath. This is my chance to thank all of you for showing up for your practice. I see you pop up on the Zoom screen and the Facebook screen. I appreciate and honor that I get to be here with you. Namaste. And I'll see you in a week or so. Okay, see you then. Bye.